and welcome back to Granted Gardens. My name is Melissa, and today I wanted to take you guys through a quick walk through my kitchen. If you follow us, you know that we've had our kitchen remodeled recently, and as we were remodeling the kitchen, I was making sure to stay very attentive to the fact that I wanted it to be cute and cozy, but I needed it to be functional. I have found some really great decorations to put inside this kitchen that are not only cute, but functional. These little decorations can make a big difference when you're working a lot in a kitchen. It can make things a lot more easy to get to, it can keep things neat and organized, and it can make your job a lot easier. So today I wanted to share with you just a few of my favorite little adds to the kitchen that are not only cute, but functional. So we'll start over here with something that I'm sure people are familiar with, and that's our Kitchenaid Mixer. More specifically, I wanted to show the flour and sugar here. So I really love these canisters. I have wanted these canisters for the longest time. They were really hard to find. But the idea here is that they sit right next to the Kitchenaid Mixer, which obviously we use these a lot in the Kitchenaid Mixer. And you can just kind of pop the top here and take out as much as you need of whichever one that you're working with. And it's quick, it's easy, you can just dump it right into the Kitchenaid Mixer. It limits the amount of space that you're carrying stuff from one side of the kitchen to the other, so it really helps to cut down on mess. So yes, these little canisters are a favorite of mine. We will move around the corner here. This is fairly new, but this is our chalkboard wall. I had a chalkboard wall in the kitchen before I remodeled, and I missed it dearly. There's a lot of benefits of having a chalkboard wall in the kitchen. One thing that we used the chalkboard wall the most for usually was to create a grocery list. We now have Amazon Alexa that we just tell our grocery list to now, so it's a little easier. But moving forward, what we want to do with this is to schedule out weekday meals. So just kind of write down what is going to be for dinner each night, and then also any of our to-do lists. So if we have ferments that we need to work on, or Tyler's mead or kombucha, we can write down the date of when it'll be ready, and then we can make sure that we stay current on all the stuff that we've got going on. Speaking of fermentation, I was able to create a shelf within our cabinets that I was able to designate completely to fermentation. We don't have a lot going on in here right now. Here's our SCOBY hotel, and then we've got some sauerkraut going. But there are times where this entire shelf are completely filled up. So this is really great to kind of have quick access to come in here if you're making tinctures or whatever and you got to shake them every day. It's really great to have easy access to this stuff and have it be right here in the kitchen where we already are every single day, so it's not quite as hard to remember exactly what we have to do. We can just open up the cupboard and make sure that we're doing it. And being here in the kitchen is just easier to remember. I also went ahead and put all of my cookbooks up here at the top as well, again for easy access. All right, moving across the kitchen. I am very much the kind of person that enjoys like putting things inside of things and organizing and labeling and just the tangible side of organization. So here are some of my favorite things that we got for Christmas, and I'm super excited about them. So first and foremost is our butter crock. This I thought was the cutest thing ever. I was actually researching crocks for fermentation, and I came across this butter crock. It's currently empty at the moment, but the idea is that you can make homemade butter and put it in here. Then you'll fill this up with water to that little water line, and then you can put the butter in there upside down. So the water keeps the butter fresh because there's no airflow, and you can keep it out on your counter so that your butter always stays soft and ready to use. So I really love this. This was a cute find. I'm super excited about it. We did use it, but we went through the butter, so I have to make some more butter here soon. Next is our little salt container. So this is made out of bamboo wood. Here's the brand there. And it just slides right open. So it's really easy for you to grab salt while you're cooking. I do tend to keep this by the stove so you can just grab a pinch here and there and then seal it up. Again, easy access, cuts down on time. So this guy we've actually had for a couple years now. The bottom of him got wet and that's why he's got some issues down here. But this is a pepper grinder. I love pepper. It's probably the thing I use the most in this kitchen. So being able to have fresh pepper on every single meal, I love this. And then here's my glorious bread box. I was so picky about what kind of a bread box I wanted, and this is perfect. I found this bread box at Tractor Supply over the holiday season, and I just absolutely love it. It matches the kitchen, and it's super cute, and it holds a ton of bread. So my bread box is one of my favorites. So the bread box, again, is just something that makes it really easy and convenient to find something that you use nearly every single day without having to dig for stuff. So this is definitely one of my favorites. I've wanted a bread box for the longest time. In addition to the concept of wanting a bread box, I've always also wanted a potato bin. And this potato bin I actually got on the Facebook marketplace and I love it. So I have to show you my potato bin. I actually use it for potatoes and onions. This is my potato bin. We were initially keeping potatoes and onions in the basement and we'd have to run downstairs every time that we wanted a potato or an onion. So this is great. We've got the onions up here on the top and potatoes. I think the bottom one's empty currently, but it's nice because then we can buy in bulk. And again, it's just something that's easy to grab right here in the kitchen and organized. Over here, we've got some of my little glass containers that I keep my vinegar, my oil, and my dish soap in. So this one here, obviously labeled vinegar. And then this one back here is our oil. And then this one here is our soap. So this is the soap that we use for cleaning dishes in the sink. This is not labeled, so you do have to be very careful. There has been a couple times that I've mixed these up. I'm not even gonna lie. But I ended up washing dishes with oil, not the other way around. So, but yeah, I just like this. I love this little bottle here. I just went ahead and found, we had one of these that was just in the cupboard from the longest time ago. And so I just use that little cap and just a little bit comes out at a time. But it's cute enough to where you can set it out on the counter and leave it there. So again, it's easy access when you're cooking or when you're doing dishes to just grab and, you know, pour in the sink or wipe down your dishes with. I'm all about easy access. Another thing that we have is this little basket, and the basket actually turns. It's kind of like a Lazy Susan. But this is what we keep all of our fresh vegetables and fruit in. Obviously in the summertime when we have the garden, this is not big enough, but this is something that works for us right now so that we can just grab, wash, and eat. All right, and then next we've got, this is something I got Tyler for Christmas. So we love to use cast iron and we obviously love to eat bacon. So this is something that you just collect your bacon drippings in after you cook your bacon. And then whenever you're going to cook with cast iron, you can go ahead and just take a little bit out of here and coat your pan so that it keeps your pan non-stick. And again, this is something really cute. It looks cute to just sit out. So I don't mind having it out, but again, easy access. And then this one right here, this is our kitchen compost. I purchased this online. I'll see if I can find the link and I'll link it down below. But having the kitchen compost is such a life changer. So we started composting in the backyard, I think about a year ago. Sounds about right, maybe a little longer. And Tyler had built compost bins in the backyard. Now, especially in the wintertime, sometimes you just don't feel like taking every bit of scrap and walking all the way out into the far backyard in the cold, in the rain, whatnot. And so we were finding that we were tossing some of our kitchen scraps away because we didn't want to make the trip all the way out to the compost bin. So that's why I got this kitchen composter. It's small and it fits nicely on any of your kitchen counters, but it keeps you from having to make a trip out to the compost bin every single time. You do need to make sure that you empty it regularly, but it does keep you, like I said, from going out there every single time. So I try to remember to take it out whenever we go out to close up the chickens, or whenever we go out in the morning to let them out. We have to go out there for those times. So I'll just take the bag from the composter out and dump it into our compost bin in the back. Now, when you're doing composting, we do not do any kind of meat products in our kitchen composter. It's all just like vegetable scraps. And then coffee grounds. So that's all that we keep in here. But yeah, I'll show you what the inside of it looks like. So these are really great. Again, they're super cute. It matches the color scheme of the kitchen. But they've got handles on the side of them here. They've got this lid that comes off. The inside of the lid has a filter, so it kind of helps to keep the smell down. And then you can just throw your kitchen scraps in here. Now, I do use this bag just to try and keep the juices and stuff from getting in here, so I don't have to clean it out every single time. But it does have this little bucket inside with a handle so that the inside of your actual composter doesn't get wet and disgusting. Sometimes you have to end up cleaning that out as well. But for the most part, when I keep this bag in here, it keeps everything pretty clean. So I'll just take the bag out, walk out to the compost bin, dump the bag on the compost bin, make sure that this bag ends up in the trash. But it's also a nice way to kind of reuse the plastic bags that we get from the grocery store without just tossing them in the trash the first time that we bring them home. And while we're here, I'll go ahead and I'll show you my little utensil holder, which I think is adorable. Again, I think this was like a vase, being sold as a vase, but I had the idea of using it for my utensils and I love it. And so we keep all of my wood utensils there right next to the stove. So again, it's just really easy to grab and use whenever you're cooking. So those are some of my secrets for how to decorate and keep things looking cute and fresh, but still making sure that they're functional. If you have any secrets of stuff that you use in your kitchen to not only keep organized, but functional, please share with me below. I go crazy about stuff like this. I'm always loving new ideas. I would love to see what you have. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon.